Mr. Akifumi Kuchiki, thank you very much for joining us today. We appreciate you joining our program.
Good morning.
Firstly, the construction of the Three Gorges, or Sangsha Dam, was put into motion by a Chinese government initiative, and from the beginning there has been a wide range of debate in the country about possible ramifications of building such a dam. Differences of opinion abound on issues such as the potential damage to the ecosystem, to the loss of important historical heritage and water pollution, as well as whether proper attention has been paid to earthquake and anti-terrorist measures. Could you please tell us of some of the main background behind the Chinese government's decision to build the dam?
Yes. First, I want to tell the history. Sun Yat-sen proposed this dam first in 1920. Mao was one of the main proponents of the dam, particularly after the Yangtze River killed 30,000 people and left a million people homeless after the flood of 1954. The Mao planned to divert water from the Yangtze to help the parched north. The project is very large. In 1993, as you said, the construction started. On July 10th, the first of the three Gorges dams, 26 turbines was brought online. The dam project has begun to produce power. The object of the dam are to provide hydroelectric power, flood control, and navigation. I repeat the objectives again. First, to enhance capacity of power generation. Second, to keep away flooding or flood control. Third, ship transportation. In addition, coal power generates air pollution, and the government wants to change power generation from coal to hydropower. And as you know, hydropower is the safest and the cleanest kind of energy. We must understand the following two reasons why the dam is crucial to China's development. First, it's greater Western development. The Chinese government has the issue of income disparity of people between the coastal area and the inland area. The greater Western development is the first priority of the 10th five-year plan to solve the problem. And the second reason is as follows. The Chinese rapid growth was led by the growth in southern China, including Hong Kong and the Guangdong province. The central China, including Shanghai, was left undeveloped until the end of the 1980s. The government targeted the growth centers from southern China to central China in the 1990s.
It is widely thought that the power output of China will not be sufficient if economic growth continues at its present rate. Are China's energy needs expected to be met with the dam's completion?
Yeah. The power generation is very important for the Chinese development, as you said. And the dam's 18,200 megawatt plant capacity in year 2009 is only a fraction of China's total generating capacity, but 350,000 megawatt last year. So the dam's power increases 5.5% on China's current total capacity. So, and the share of the dam is not so high, and its effect is limited within the region around the river. But, it's a time of growing electricity shortage in China. Electricity demand in China is likely to outstrip supply by 5,000 to 7,000 megawatts this year. The dam's transmission network will link into another major distribution scheme known as the West and East Network. About 32% of the dam's future output will be dispatched to Shanghai, 16% to Guangdong from year 2004, and the rest to parts of central China. The population of Shanghai is 60 million. The World Bank estimates Shanghai will have 25 million people in year 2010. And the shortage of electricity in Shanghai has been serious this summer, as you know. The first recipient of electricity generated by the dam will be the Shanghai and the other cities on the east coast. Shanghai region is the core of growth in China.
In 1998, flooding of the Yangtze River displaced millions of people, and the damages were estimated at roughly the same cost as the Sangsha Dam itself, or 200 million yuan, which is about $26 billion. What kinds of merits do the Chinese government expect in terms of anti-flooding as a result of building the dam?
Yeah, flooding as well as water shortage have been problems for China. China had the flood damage in 1998, and it was the worst in about 50 years, and gave the damage to 120 million people. The dam can significantly reduce the impact of the flood on the region. The flood in 1998 devastated the central Chinese province of Hubei and its capital city, Wuhan. Wuhan had a population of about 7 million. The dam will prevent Wuhan and other areas from flooding. The flood control is the main target of the dam.
Construction of the Sangsha Dam will create a giant reservoir which covers roughly the distance from Tokyo to Kobe, or about 366 kilometers. What kind of benefits are expected in terms of transportation for the area?
400 million people live in the Yangtze River Basin. In Chongqing, particular attention will be paid to the transportation system, including the improved navigation system given by the dam. The city has the fastest rate of development in China and will be the hub of 8 rail networks radiating to all different parts of the country. The executive vice mayor of the city said it could become a bottleneck, dragging down the whole of China if the city's transportation problems are not sorted out. The region has a significant role to play in the West-East Power Transmission Project and Western Development Project. The facilities are built into the dam to navigate ocean-based routes 1,000 miles inland.
There are many unresolved issues surrounding the construction of the Sangsha Dam, from widespread relocation of the nearby residents to destruction of the surrounding environment. Could you please tell us the circumstances behind some of the problems and what kinds of things the Chinese government is doing to solve them?
Yeah, first, compensation for the people forced removal. The most worrying things about the dam is the fate of the migrants. At present, an average of $3,625 is given to each householders in compensation. A total of 1.13 million people are expected to evacuate from the reserve areas when the dam is complete in year 2009. The migrants face a number of temporary difficulties. They may find it difficult to build new housing at the resettlement site because the compensation value is not enough. The biggest problem is the shortage of farmland. The sharp decline in farmland created a labor surplus in the resettlement side. The second, the heritage problem. Nearly 1,200 sites of historical importance along the Yangtze River are now underwater. The area was one of the most culturally important in China, and the scenery cannot be relocated. The third, environmental problems are as follows. Water pollution. Only 7.45% of 400 million tons water in Chongqing is sewage treated. The garbage problems along Chongqing is the second. 2% of organic components such as lead, lead, and arsenic poisoning, and 200,000 tons of garbage of heavy metal and polluted materials. These problems are very serious. WTO claims that WTO's objective is to attain sustainable development. That means the trade for development and environment are not trade-off, but complementary. The 10th five-year plan covers from year 2001 to 2005, and its chapter 15 focuses on China's environmental aspect. The government will start a project of sewage treatment along the Yangtze River. Education, environmental laws, criteria, and the monitoring system of environment are key to solving the environmental problems. China put into effect a new regulation on water pollution control in the dam of the Chongqing municipality in year 2002. It is expected to help control garbage, sewage, and industrial and sanitary waste. The city started the construction of 19 sewage and garbage treatment plants. The government report said samples exhibited various levels of pollution caused by soil erosion, discharges from farms and industry, oil leaks from the ship, and the dumping of human waste. The United Nations Development Program says only 42% of the Yangtze River meets national drinking water standards. And we can summarize it as follows. First, the dam will contribute to preventing Wuhan and other areas from flooding. The second, the dam is needed to promote greater development in China's western provinces. Third, the last, the problems of environmental pollution and the migrants are priority to solve.
Mr. Kuchiki, thank you very much for joining us today.
Thank you very much.